All right, what do we got here? So we've got some instructions here. Let's see. Remove this nonsense. Easy, sounds easy enough. I mean, I can do this. This is no problem. This might be a little bit tricky. We gotta add lights to these, and we gotta do a sky replacement because this is not working. All right, cool. And we got a sky that we can use. This one right here. So let's go ahead and I'm just gonna duplicate this background layer. And what do we want to start with first? I think we want to start with the biggest thing that's bothering me is that the white balance is super off. So I'm gonna go ahead and just white balance it just a smidge. So +9 in the white. I'm sorry, +9 in the temperature, -1 in the tint. That looks pretty good. Kind of balanced it out. It's a little bit blue in the snow, but that kind of makes sense. It is a twilight. We can desaturate that further if we need to, or we can just do another round of white balancing, which I think looks pretty good. I am going to go ahead and auto adjust this just by hitting the auto button right here. I think that looks really good. I am going to add a little bit of clarity. And that just helps with bringing out the shadow, the detail, kind of liven up the image a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and just get rid of all these trees and things. So I'm going to make a real crummy selection here of just this stuff. This tree. So I'm going to go ahead and feather that by about 1 pixel. And this might actually be the time to use a vanishing point, because we are working on something that is perspective based. So let's go ahead and draw this out. There we go. Cool. And I'm going to make the grid size quite large because we don't need it to be that big. Woo! That's really zoomed in. Alright, there we go. We're going to go ahead and use the clone stamp tool. Hardness, let's go ahead and just say 0. And let's go ahead and see, how do we use this thing? Is there a way to... Sorry, I don't use this very much. So let's go ahead and sample. There we go. We'll sample from right here. And we'll just line it up a smidge. Yeah, there we go. So things like this are kind of simple once you figure out how to do them. Unlike me, who is constantly learning how to do things. We're just gonna brush all the way over here. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and hit OK. Now, this is looking a little bit weird. So let's go ahead and deselect that. How are we gonna fix this? That's a good question. Here, let's do this. And actually, reselect. There we go. Maybe. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We could probably just warp this. Warp it the smidge. See, this is where I'm kind of getting stuck. Let me make a selection here. I'll make a simple selection there. And I'm going to add that as a layer mask, unlink it, and then is it still acting like it's the yeah, it is. All right, that makes sense. Let me backtrack here. I'm gonna take this and make it just a simple layer mask, and then I'll do that selection, and then maybe that'll work. Maybe? I'm hoping it'll work. If it doesn't, I'll have to totally rethink this image. Let's go ahead and save that selection. There we go. So I'm gonna make that there. Actually, no, delete that. Add that there. Okay. And then I'm just going to apply that layer mask just so we're dealing with that. And then we can warp it. Might need to do some sort of dodging. That doesn't look too bad. All things considered. I mean, that's a big difference. This is... Alright, let me merge that. I think I know an easy way to do this. Just gonna make a real crummy selection here. Feather by like 5. Contents aware. Ooh, that doesn't look half bad. No, that actually looks quite nice. Now we just have to deal with. Ooh, that's not gonna work. Let's see, about right there. That actually looks terrible. Here, let's try this. Better-ish. Better. Alright. Now we just gotta go ahead and remove some of this. I'm just gonna merge this. This is gonna be a little bit difficult. If I cut this out right, I'll start right here. Just gonna get rid of this right there. Okay, cool. Cut through this one, that one, this one. Alright. Actually, I don't even need to feather it. Let's content aware. That looks terrible. Alright. I think just a simple brush. Set to the correct blend mode. Let's go ahead and change that to a general brush. Sample that. And it doesn't matter because you're just... That doesn't look half bad. Let me fix this though. Oops. I'm trying to remember my keys. There we go. Let's change it to like 1. The where. Oh yeah. Get out of here, Steam. Get out of here. Did we do that right? He wants this gone. do I want to go on now? Let me wear that. That looks terrible. Here, how about we do this? Put that up there. Nope. Terrible. 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 All right. Let's try the clone stamp tool. So take this. It's okay. No one's gonna notice. I mean, I notice, but that's just me. Do I want to get rid of this? It's a real question. I'm gonna say no, even though the image says yes. I don't think it looks that bad. Just the way it is. I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I'm gonna take the blue channel. And I'm gonna use the magic wand tool, and I'm just gonna make a real basic selection just so you can get all these little grooves in the roof. And whoopsie daisies. I'm going to make excuse me, I'm gonna make a path around this. I'm gonna invert the selection because I always forget to do that, and I'll hit subtract. Perfect. So now we got a good selection around that house. Is this a house? It doesn't quite look like a house. Nope. Nope. There we go. Alright, cool. Let's fill the contents with black. And that looks pretty good. That doesn't look good though. Let's fix that. Let's put that right there. And woo! How do we make this selection? There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead. Select that. And just bring this in. Cool. This, however, needs to be fixed. Sick. That doesn't look that sick. Let's fix that with a little burning. Alright, cool, cool. That's awesome. And then we'll take that as a selection. Desaturate it. Bring up the old midtones, and then bring in the white point. Alright, cool. Now we can bring in this guy. I think, yeah, it's got my stuff that I applied to it. So let's bring that in. And we didn't make a selection of that portion, so I'm not too concerned about that. There we go. This looks amazing. This stuff. Hit that and multiply. And then look at this. Watch this. Watch this. Maximum. Boom. It doesn't look that great. Because it's got little pock marks in it. Let's see if I can't fix that. Let's try something. Let's say 10. Maybe another. Maybe high pass. That looks interesting. Maybe not high pass. Oh yeah, that worked perfectly. Look at that, perfect, awesome. So, come on, fit to screen. Oh, Photoshop, you're so crazy, so crazy. Love it though. All right, cool. So we got a good base to go off of. Let's merge it. I merge things like crazy. I'm going to select all this no nonsense. All right, let's get rid of this stuff. What's that look like? That's fine. I'm just gonna feather it by 50 pixels, and I'm going to look at that. It's very blue snow. Making sure it's all white snow. Nice white snow. What else does this image need? Something's bothering me. I can't figure out what it is. What is it? Oh, it's the contrast. I usually add about 20 in the contrast, and then I will go to color range, midtones, bring up the fuzziness, and I'm going to change the radius to 70, and then I'll bring up the white point and the black point. See, just kind of brightens that up a bit more. What else is bothering me? What else do we need to do? Lights. That's what we need to do. Lights are actually pretty simple. I'm going to make 2 layers here. And I'm going to put both in linear dodge. And on the top layer, I'm going to make sure that's normal. And I'm going to choose these IES brushes that I found on Brusheezy. Brusheezy? Brusheezy. I don't know. Words are hard. But I'm going to take the small one, this one, and and I'm gonna bring it down to about there. Awesome. And about there. Maybe a little bit more on that. Cool. And these, I'm trying to figure out where the lights are, because I did one of them. Where's the? Because if you look at this, the lights are kind of like recessed. So I'm gonna take a guess and say they're like right there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now we need to work on the underlying layer. So I'm gonna take a sample of this kind of like yellowish stuff, and then I'm gonna pick one pretty subtle. Let's do this one. I like this one for quiet. I like this one for. That's a little bit too big. Maybe this. Yes, perfect. I'm trying not to go too crazy with it. That looks really good, actually. Maybe it's a bit strong? Yeah, it's a bit strong. So it looks pretty good. But the thing is that he wanted me to get some texture on the walls. That's going to be really hard. How are we going to do that? I'm going to try something. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to make a real stupid selection. Gonna make a selection around this, that, and make that this. And let's finish that off. Okay, cool. Feather that by about 1 pickle. And we'll just add that as a selection. Here we go. So that's our selection. I'm gonna do a merged copy of this. I'll just add the layer mask there and delete this one. Okay, how are we gonna do this? This one, I have an idea. Group it. Make this into a selection. And then I'm gonna use a real simple one. This one. That's a really obnoxious sound. Alright, cool. Come on. Oh, it's because I haven't done anything. Alright, cool. Let's do this. So, we're gonna jack this up all the way. Get a little bit of clarity. And we'll just bring that up. Cool. Now let's try it. And I want to make this in line with that. Oh. There we go. Alright, let's do that again. Let's texture it up. Do that. Dehaze it. Okay, let's try it. This is the wrong kind of brush to use. Let's use this one. That's perfect. Maybe it's a little bit too strong. Let's try to fill? No, opacity. We'll come back to it. Oh, I know why. Because we're not on the right layers, silly goose. This isn't working. Alright, let's try this one. Yeah, it's not working. That actually doesn't look too bad. All things considered. Let me add a little bit more clarity. Texture. This might actually need to be a little bit. Come on. It's not bad. It's a little strong though. That's not bad. Okay, we need a light on this one. So, let's add this here. Whoops, here. Now this one's gonna have a little bit of a difference in light quality. Trying to decide which one I want. This one. It looks fine in the texture department. So much in the brightness department. That's it. That looks really cool. Alright, cool. It's a little bit too strong over here. Putting that down. That looks really good. That actually looks awesome. Alright, let me try a little bit stronger. That's not what I'm looking for. Brushes. That's literally perfect. That's so perfect. Nailed it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna finish this off. Maybe there's lights on this side? I don't know. Let's do sharpen. Sharpening. And maybe a little bit of noise reduction, because this looks a little bit funky. Let's go with like, whoopsie daisies. What was that, like 50? Reset. Let's go with like 30. 31-ish. That's awesome. I might add a slight vignette. Or does he like vignettes? That's a good question. I might have to ask him. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's good. Let's do some vertical adjustments. Yep. That's so cool. I'm just amazed. Look at that. That's perfect. Like just the texture and the way it like pops out. Like that's perfect. Alright, cool. Neato. That's pretty much, I'm gonna call that a done edit for this. I'll send it to the client just to see if he likes it. But I think this looks really good. Alright, that's enough for me. I've been recording for too long. Alright, later taters.